Hi everyone. So for this first video, I'm going to show you how I chose web hosting and set it up. In case you're new to building a website as I am, you'll see that we can go through this process together basically by starting from the beginning. So with that, the first step for me was choosing web hosting company to go with. Now, some people may decide to host their own website on your own computer, which just means that, you would first have to even check if your internet service provider would allow you to host your own website. And second, if that's possible, then, you have to be technical because it requires a lot of setup. And third, if there's an issue and your computer goes down because let's say the electricity is down in your area or anything else happens, your website will go down for as long as it takes you the electricity or something to come back on. And therefore, no one will be able to access your website. And that could really affect your money if you have a customer base that's trying to purchase stuff. So just keep that in mind in regards to hosting. And if you're not familiar with hosting, it basically means if you go, it's basically store where you store your website. That's all it is. So if you choose a company, then your website will be stored there and put on a server basically with could be other companies as well. So just keep that in mind that your website would be on a shared server. If you have a basic or unless you pay for more expensive version where maybe even there's less companies sharing a server with you, or you have your own private server as well. I'm sure there's services for that, but I personally choose to not host my own web page or my own website because I don't want because I'm not very technical, and if I have any issues, I want someone there to be able to assist me with any issues, and I also don't want to risk of my website going down at any point and me trying to worry when I can have it back up, what's going to happen, blah blah blah. So and next step would be to pick a hosting company because there's so many available that you could utilize. But for me, that research was basically the amount of money, and the customer reliability and support were the top two factors for me choosing SiteGround. A lot of people choose Bluehost, and I thought about choosing Bluehost, but recently it seems to me that their customer support for me is not as good as I've seen SiteGround. They seem to be very reliable throughout the years. So, I and I'm not the only. I actually follow a bunch of bloggers and other people who have websites. So, it seems to me that SiteGround is a good start for me, and that's the one I'm going to choose to go with. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, let me show you the plans that they have available. If I can click on it here. Let's see. Okay, so they offer 3 plans, and it says per month, but really it's for the year. So you decide basically what web hosting plan will work for you based off of what they offer here. So as you can see here, they have the startup plan, which is what I would normally choose because it's $3.95 per month. You see here it's discounted off the regular $9.95. For that, it offers you one website with a certain amount of gigabyte for web space, which I don't worry about because this is a lot actually. So it says suitable for 10,000 visits monthly. So your website would have to really outgrow this in order for you to need more than the $3.95 per month here. So and then the other essential features basically here, you'll get in all the plans as well. So that's not something you really have to be concerned with. But as you see here, you have free email accounts. You have 30 days money back. You have site transfer, 24/7 support, unmetered traffic. A lot of this I'm not familiar with yet. I only know brief information, so I'm not going to go into that. But basically, this is a good place to start if you just plan on starting up one website and you just want to work off of one. It's a basic plan. So, but it's still a good plan. So, I am going to utilize their and purchase their medium plan here, which is $5.95 per month. It says grow big, crafted for your website growth, which is important to me because not only am I planning on building my website, angiesfitlife.com, but to me, that website is my main website that I hopefully can grow as an entrepreneur on in many ways. So for me, I want to be able to utilize any web extra space that I can get, visits monthly, just because you never know over the years. And, I'm planning on staying with SiteGround and unless there's any major issues that I should transfer. But anyway, here is another major key for me: multiple websites. I'm probably going to start another website after Angie's Fit Life is set up and running. So, it's good to know that I don't have to pay an extra fee if I use this plan. So, as you can see here, the Go Geek plan. This plan is a little bit more money, and for that you get let's see. Well, let me go back. The Grow Big plan gets some premium features, which is priority tech support, which to me means that over the basic plan, see, it doesn't have this feature. The basic plan, if you're on the basic plan, to me, and you need support, you're probably lower in, let's say, queue than you would be if you have a Grow Big account or Go Geek account. So, basically, if there's a list of people who need assistance, if you're in a startup, you're probably lower than someone who calls in or whatever, or emails in, who has the larger plan, the more expensive plan. So that to me is what that's all about. That's another added feature that you can get. And then the cache, I'm not sure about. The SSL and the backup copies for your website, that's cool too. I'm not really sure how important that is right now, but anyway. With the Go Geek plan, you get some extra features here that I'm also not really familiar with. Looks like they stage your WordPress if you need. So, but anyway, moving on. I'm picking the Grow Big plan, so we're gonna click on that. And okay, so and it moves you over to the page where you set everything up. So basically, to purchase it. So basically, if you don't have I already was on this page, and that's why it's showing up like this with Angie's Fit Life already put in. If you don't have a domain, which is basically your website name, if you're unfamiliar, it's called a domain. You could purchase a domain here as well, and that's what they charge you for the year. So it's in addition to the monthly plan that you saw on the other page, you would also pay $15 a year for your domain name. I already purchased my domain through Namecheap because it's cheap there. So for me, I don't need this added feature. So I would go into I already have a domain, click on that. And I input angiesfitlife.com because I was checking out the website before the video. And so now I can skip that extra fee there and move on. So you see here, and they also offer a website transfer, so that's pretty good for free. Okay, so moving on to the next page, you click proceed. And okay, and now it says, congratulations, your site hosting account will be ready in a few minutes. So next step is to enter the email information that you want your SiteGround information to go to. So I'm going to do that. And then at the bottom here, you put in your own information, of course, as you do with anything that you're setting up an account for. Your credit card information so you can purchase the plan. And down here is the purchase information for the host plan that you choose. So you can see here, they show you this is the Grow Big plan that I chose. This is where it's located. Because we're in the US, it's always going to say Chicago. The period is 12 months now at $5.95 since it's discounted. So my total would be $71.40, which is what I would pay today. Now, if I wanted to choose 24 months or 36 months, as you can see here, it would double basically. And the reason to do that is basically just to hold the price over the time span. And so that way, when this price disappears and it goes back to, let's say, $14.95 a month, you would still have this fee that you would pay for the full 24 months, as opposed to the potential $14.95 after, let's say, 1 year. So that's the reason that you could it might be beneficial to utilize these extra months and years, because you would hold your yearly amount. So, but for me, I'm gonna give SiteGround a try for a full 12 months, and then decide after that what I want to do. So now you go down to the bottom here, and you see the extra services that they offer, and one of them, these two are free: web file transfer. So this is basically if you decide SiteGround's not for you and you want to transfer your website to another hosting company. So they offer that for free, whereas maybe some other hosting companies might charge you. So that's actually a nice addition. Um, SSL certificate for 1 year. Not totally understanding of what this is, so I'm not going to go into that, but it's cool that it's also for free. I'm sure on some other host sites it may not be free. So and then SG Site Scanner says it checks your website daily and immediately notifies you if you have been hacked. I'm not that concerned about that, so I'm going to take that off, because if you don't take that off, they're going to charge me $19.80 a year for that. No, thank you. Let's see. Okay, so, and the reason I'm not that concerned about that is because this is a hosting company that they probably, with my plan, it should be checked anyway. And if something is going on my website, that is what the tech support is for. So I don't need to pay this extra fee, and I don't think it's actually really necessary for what I'm doing right now. So, all right. So instead of the extra $19.80, I took that off. So now my total is $71.40 US. So I'm going to set up my account and then pay it, and I'll come right back.